Welcome to Comics League. I'm Jared, and today is the first episode of Pairings Friday. Now, what is this show going to be? Well, this idea came to me because a lot of what I cover is like Superman, Wonder Woman, and why Batman, Wonder Woman doesn't work. So I figured, let me do a pairing show. Except this can be a little twist. It's going to be Marvel and DC pairings, meaning a DC character pair with a Marvel character. Now, for our first episode, my good friend Raul Ryan suggested that we do Superman and She-Hulk. And actually, that works really well because for search engine optimization reasons, the She-Hulk show is coming out. So I get a little opportunity to get on that hype. So I'm going to start off. Let me put the banner on Superman and She-Hulk. I'm going to start off with a few points. Number one, one of the chief reasons why I think they would work specifically is their devotion to justice. Because here's the thing about She-Hulk. Yes, she's a lawyer, but she's a lawyer that defends supervillains in court. So let me put it this way. You could be the worst supervillain, but she still has a sense of justice to the point where she will defend you in court and make sure you get your fair trial. And that is 100% compatible with the ideals of Superman, because he believes that everyone deserves a chance at justice, no matter how horrible you are. It's the exact reason why it actually has put Superman at odds with quite a few members of the superhuman community occasionally. Now, next, what I think would work is that, well, they're both super powerful, and particularly like recent She-Hulk, because there was a run in Jason Aaron's Avengers where they made her like Hulk, which was stupid, but they sort of introduced this idea that sometimes she doesn't have full control over powers. And this is the same reason why I paired Superman with quite a few other characters when I did a pairing episode, because he understands what it's like to be super powerful and have to regulate his strength and have to constantly learn how to control who he is. So I figured he really identifies with her in that way, and that's a fantastic reason why it works. It's the reason why Superman Wonder Woman worked in the New 52, because they really, I guess, weighed in on that and made it so, okay, so Superman and Wonder Woman, both feel isolated from the outside world because they are these super powerful beings and they're superheroes, so they can't be close with other people. So it makes sense that they would find comfort in each other. That's the same thing with She-Hulk. Plus the fact they're both leaders. They both understand what it's like to be a leader in this team. And what's interesting, and also she's used to dating a super powerful being because she dated Thor. Although the Thor thing was kind of odd because, I don't know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, partly because it just showed up randomly with no setup. So obviously, if I were to write a Superman She-Hulk story, I would have a little bit of setup first, maybe like 5 issues, and then get into the relationship, because that was the problem. There was no setup. It was in the first arc of his Avengers run is when they first kissed, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. The thing about Superman and Wonder Woman is that they literally had a scene in the previous arc of the New 52 Justice League where they established that they like each other. So that's the difference. Now, in terms of other characteristics that I would say, I've already mentioned the controlling their powers. It's just like in terms of personality, they're both like tender. They're both good. They're both like paternal in a way in the Avengers. Like she, I believe, led the Avengers a few times. She led the smaller Avengers. The smaller Avengers. It's like what's the name of the Teenage Avengers? I think it's like Avengers Academy or something like that. Or was that Tigra? My point is that she understands working with younger superheroes, and Superman's raising his son John. So they both have that sort of shared experience. And there's one thing that makes a relationship work: it's shared experiences. And then, and also what's interesting, the reason why I can support this is because when you think about it, She-Hulk is the closest Marvel has to an actual Wonder Woman, short of Zarda. What I mean by that is one of the reasons why Marvel did the Captain Marvel movie It's because, and this was after the movie Wonder Woman had come out, and Marvel desperately wanted to capitalize on that successful female superhero movie train. It's kind of funny because Wonder Woman had more honest marketing. So anyway, and by the way, I mentioned Captain Marvel, so I kind of have to do this. Why did you say that name? So anyway, what's interesting is that even though they used Carol in that movie, really she's not their most popular female character. She's not even their most popular character based upon how her series is sold. But anyway, go back to what I was saying. Really, when you think about it, the reason why they went with it with Carol is because they had sold off the movie rights to all their famous characters, including She-Hulk. That's why until now, you never really had a She-Hulk movie, because I believe the rights defaulted back to Marvel. So that's why they're able to do it now. But anyway, she is, like, I would argue, the most well-known, arguably pre-MCU, female superhero of Marvel. Not of all time. That's still Wonder Woman. Suck at Marvel. But in terms of a famous female superhero on Marvel side, it's She-Hulk. And obviously Superman's the most famous superhero of all time. But my point is that she's, in a way, the Marvel version of Wonder Woman, because she has that she basically shares a lot of personality traits with Diana, like the maternal instinct, the super strength, the strategic know-how, and the sense of justice, the at times absolutist sense of justice. But I think her job as a lawyer, her willingness to defend supervillains, is really the chief reason why I think she works with Superman, because of that dedication to justice. Because Superman has said multiple times in the comics that everyone, no matter what, deserves their day in court, pretty much, or has rights, and their way. Everyone deserves, yes, second chance, but mostly their chance at justice. Everyone deserves to have their case heard, and that is 100% compatible with She-Hulk. And that's really the chief reason. That's the primary reason why I think that Superman and She-Hulk would work if they started doing crossover pairings. And also, it would be a pretty dope movie in terms of Henry Cavill and whoever's playing She-Hulk in the show. I forgot her name. What more sense giving these? So, and I would say, yeah, I'd say that that's really the chief reason when you think about it, because of their pairings and in terms of their sense of justice. That's really the primary reason why I think it works, because they have that sense of, like, absolute justice, and everyone deserves justice. So that's all I got in terms of why She-Hulk works. If you guys have your own ideas, you can go ahead and drop them in the comments, or if you have another pairing with Superman, and drop in the comments which DC Marvel pairing you think I should cover in the next episode. I might do one with Batman, or I could do Wonder Woman, Thor, because that seems like pretty obvious at this point. So again, the way this show is going to work is that either you guys are going to drop in the comments suggestions about who I should cover, which pairings I should cover, and then I'll cover them, or I'll come up with a couple to cover. But regardless, this is going to be a new show that's going to come out every Friday, in addition to all the other content we put out. And I'd love to hear your guys' ideas. And on Sundays, we are actually starting a new stream called Snyder Sundays, where we talk about all the Snyder DC movies, Snyder DC news that we could come up with. And we also have the live stream on Saturday nights to look forward to. So we have lots of great content coming out that we really can't wait to share with you all. So on that mind, thank you again to Raul Ryan for suggesting this pairing. And I will be sure to cover another one next week. I may do actually Wonder Woman, Thor, or Wonder Woman maybe Hyperion, but that seems too much like Superman, Wonder Woman. Or I might do like Batman and Black Cat, or Batman and, actually, you know what? Drop in the comments. What do you think is a good pairing for Batman? I love, on Marvel side, I'd love to hear that suggestion. Now, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next episode. Stay heroic, everyone. Bye-bye.